I am Allison Hayes, and I'm joined by Vahid Sadrazadi. It's hour number 2 here in Chapel Hill. Now, we have an interesting game here in store. Of course, Notre Dame is on a hot streak. The Irish will have to take on North Carolina, who's 1-4 on the season. And the team is led by Bubba Cunningham, who is the athletic director here in Chapel Hill. And he has a connection, a very special connection to Notre Dame. And you spoke exclusively one-on-one with Bubba this week.
Yeah, he invited us into his office yesterday. We had a long conversation from anything from his past at Notre Dame from 1980 to current happenings here at the university.
I had a great experience. I really didn't know anybody there. I went as a freshman, had a single in Fisher Hall, and I remember distinctly calling up and asking, I'm in 401 Fisher, who's my roommate? And they said, is this Lawrence Cunningham? I said, yes. And they said, you don't have one, it's a single. So I hung up the phone and said, I don't want to go. And as it turned out, that ended up being great. Then after I graduated, I moved down to Atlanta. And I never thought I'd be back in South Bend, Indiana. And 6 months later, I was back working in the Alumni Association. That 3 years, I learned a great deal about people, about university work, and also recognized that I really enjoyed athletics and was fortunate enough to meet Gene Corrigan. Gene was the AD at the time, and one thing he offered was to go back, get an MBA, and work for him. And that was the one that was the best option for me. And so that's how the career in athletics got started, through Gene.
And you've worked with some big name coaches over the years, from Lou Holtz, now Roy Williams. These are Hall of Fame coaches. In terms of setting the standard year in and year out, how do you in these two programs keep that level of excellence?
We have 9 coaches on our campus that have won national championships. So when I go to a coaches meeting, it really is a challenge for me to walk in and say, okay, here's how I'm going to help you. I've done a lot of learning in the last 20 years, being around those great coaches. But it is inspiring to be with those coaches. They have an inner drive that is very rare. Their competitive nature is just remarkable. And they attract people that want to be with them, that want to be successful.
So I look around your office and there's championships and basketballs and national championships and Davis Love III, and there's so many people that you've been associated with over the years, so many legendary people and so many legendary things that have happened. How do you want your legacy to be known at Notre Dame, and not only at Notre Dame, but here at North Carolina?
What I hope I can provide are opportunities for students to compete. I think the most important thing we can provide students is a great education. College athletics is the best scholarship program in the history of the United States, with probably the exception of the GI Bill. And I get to be a part of that. And I've been a part of it for 30 years. So it really is about getting kids the opportunity to get a great education at a great school and compete in a sport that they love.
Thank you so much.